Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Adi bin Zulkifli. Today I want to present about the article, the title, Predictors of Fairness Assessment for Social Media Screening in Employee Selection. This article explores the use of social media in recruitment, specifically cybervetting, a method that uses data from social networking sites to predict employee behavior. The study found that professional content which is linked is more acceptable for SNS screening than private content which is Facebook. And factors such as privacy invasiveness or personal innovativeness, self-image management, risk aversion, control over SNS information, and performance self-assessment contribute to positive responses of this article is to investigate how prospective employees, which when their social media profiles, more especially their professional linked profiles and their private Facebook page are screened throughout the hiring process. The primary objective is to examine the elements that influence how applicants, particularly those who identify as innovative, see social network sites screening for job applications. So for to decide it reaction to SNS screening. So which is the goal of the study is to find out how job searchers feel about prospective employees looking to their social media accounts. It will investigate the elements that affect candidates' opinion about having their LinkedIn or Facebook profile as a midnight. So the second one is professional versus private SNS. The study makes a distinction between professional social media, which is linked, which is a career focus, and private social media for Facebook, where users typically contribute personal content. So the goal is to determine whether the candidate's perceptions of this exam vary based on the platform being used. So the last one is emphasizes on innovative candidates. The study is particularly interested in the response of innovative candidates, those who consider themselves to be imaginative, creative, or forward-thinking to SNS. So screening throughout the hiring process, these candidates' perception uh, of these screenings may be influenced by certain expectations or worries about image and privacy. By examining by examining these variables, the study seeks to shed light on how SNS screening affect creative job candidates' perception of the recruiting procedure, which could lead to more considerate and polite hiring procedures. Methodology. About 150 young Polish internet users participate in online questionnaire survey in 2021, which was used to collect empirical data for the study. Below is a summary of the strategy and methodology. Uh, the first is information gathering. Participants could quickly access the survey online thanks to the researchers' their distributions of an electronic version or questionnaire. Young Polish internet users were the survey the target demographic because they were probably picked because they were familiar with social networking sites like which is Facebook and LinkedIn. The study sought for obtain a representative sample of thought from this demographic group in Poland in 2021 by surveying 150 people. The survey questions most likely focus on respondents' opinion regarding the use of LinkedIn and Facebook screening in the hiring process. It's been like the participants were asked how fair or just they believe it was for companies to use this platform to vet candidates. Next is the multiple linear regression with backward elimination as a data analysis method. Several independent variables and a single dependent variable were shown to be related using the statistical techniques known as multiple linear regression. So the perceived justice of SNS screening is probably the dependent variable in this case. So backward elimination. This approach starts by include all possible predictors, that is elements that could affect how justice is perceived in this regression model. So then one by one, the least important prediction are eliminated until only the most influential ones are left. So this aids the research in identifying the crucial elements that have a major impact on how fair people think SNS screening is. So the finding of this approach made it possible to determine which particular elements, such as platform type, privacy concerns, and the transparency of the screening procedure, were the best indicators of how fair and or unfair young Polish internet users took the employment process. Facebook and LinkedIn screening, that is finding. The result of the study provide important light on how young Polish users perceive the privacy and fairness consequence of screening social media platforms like Facebook and LinkedIn while applying for jobs. Here is a true explanation. Comparing Facebook and LinkedIn, according to the study, people typically believe that Facebook is less equitable when it comes to hiring screening than LinkedIn. Facebook screening is also perceived by user as a more intrusive form of a privacy invasion. This makes sense because LinkedIn is designed for professional networking, where users expect their accounts to be viewed by employers, but Facebook is usually used for casual personal conversations. So, factors affecting the perceptions of fairness. So the people perceptions of how is to cipher the screening was on their privacy were the best indicators of fairness for both Facebook and LinkedIn screening. So candidates often see screening on either platform as unfair if they believe it to be extremely intrusive. So the next is the self image management. Perceptions of fairness are also influenced by how well candidates control their online personas, such as by exercising caution in what they publish and how they come across, because they feel more in control of their appearance. People who work hard to manage their social media image typically have a more positive opinion of the screening process. So the personal innovation, this component which has to do with people who think of themselves as imaginative, adaptable, or receptive to new concept, make applicants more receptive to Facebook screening in particular. Innovative people might be more open to new procedures like social media screening and more at ease with the blurry of personal and professional boundaries. So the most significant element influencing how fair people felt about the screening process on Facebook and LinkedIn was privacy invasion. The results show that candidates comfort level with SNS screening is mostly related to their perceptions of personal versus professional limits in social media use, privacy concerns, and control over their outline persona. So next is implications. This study explores how individuals perceive the fairness of social networking sites, which is in short name is SNS, screenings in employment procedures, particularly for creative applicants in Poland. It contributes to understanding that perceived justice and focus on Polish users and creative applicants. So the study also examines the reaction of innovative candidates who value privacy and individuality. So the report offers suggestions for institutions to employ SNS screening responsibility, ensuring privacy, transparency, and fairness. It suggests making it clear how SNS content will be used, paying attention to professional profiles, and standardizing SNS screening parameters. So the study aims to have organization use SNS screening responsibility, preserving applicant privacy and making the process seems equitable, especially for creative job seekers.
Originality and value. Being the first to employ a cyber vetting skill with a polished sample, this study is noteworthy for producing data that is similar between nations. This feature is important because it allows researchers and practitioners to compare pollen finding with those from other countries, providing a more comprehensive knowledge of how applicants from different culture background perceive social media screening, such as application of cyber vetting and skills. A standardized instrument known as cyber vetting skills gauge how applicants feel about being subjective to an online screening process during the recruitment process. The study adds distinct data that may be compared with data from other nations by using these skills on polished sample for the first time. Understanding culture difference and applicants' perceptions of the fairness, privacy, and general acceptability of social media screening is made easier by this cross-country compatibility. So the creation of online personas and adoption of cybercritic, according to the study, candidates are often more receptive to cyber vetting if they actively manage their online image. For example, by customizing their social media present to seem professional or appealing to employers, because they believe that they have some control over what employers see. These people may view the screening as more equitable and non-intrusive, affecting on cyber vetting predictive validity. Nevertheless, there may be disadvantages to this greater acceptance, particularly if predictive validity, the capacity of cyber vetting to safely forecast a candidate's future work performance decreases. Candidates' online personas may not accurately represent their personalities or uh, uh, um, professional appropriateness if they correct them, especially to satisfy job requirements. As a result, hiring judgments may be less accurate since the screening process may overlook important clues about a candidate's performance or behavior. So, the study offered insightful information on the Polish viewpoint on cyber vetting and draws attention to a possible drawback. Social media screening predictive power is diminished when applicants after their online personas to appeal to employers. So, according to this research, companies should give a serious thought to how they evaluate crafted web profile when making
In
employment
conclusion,
decisions.
the study reveals that Polish candidates are less accepting of cyber vetting, particularly on personal social media due to privacy concerns. However, those who manage their online image or innovate are more accepting. Transparent communication about cyber vetting can improve perceptions. As a candidate, tailor their online presence, traditional content analysis may lose predictive power. That's all for me. Thank you.